Hi, I'm Leon, and today we'll be taking a look at the Adventure Force Double Fire, a break-action shotgun that's honestly pretty cool. Let's get into it. Honestly, what you see here is kind of what you get. It's another one of these kind of small blasters that if you see it and want it, you'll probably end up wanting to get it. And at $10, you really can't say no. But in truth, there's still just a little bit we have to talk about, so let's go ahead and mention some things. First, we're going to go ahead and talk about the barrel, which can actually break from the blaster, as it's the whole point. To do this, you go ahead and you press on this tab right here, although any of this back section will work. That will release this little lip right here that allows you to pull the blaster down. This primes it at the same time, so I'll let you hear that. That is very similar to a couple of blasters we've got. The two that come to mind are the Sledgefire and the Barrel Break, which the Sledgefire being my favorite blaster does at least kind of help this thing in terms of some nostalgia scoring points. That being said, go ahead and you load your darts into the two chambers right here. So you're going to go ahead and do it like so. And then you can fire. You have two options to fire. You have both at once, which you just pull the trigger back all the way. Fires both at once. Or you can go ahead and do them one at a time. This up. And then be very deliberate. Pull the one and pull the second one. This will fire first, then this one. That's pretty cool. Honestly, that is pretty cool, pretty simple. And the two-stage trigger is definitely a callback to at least the rough cut. Although, there's another thing we should compare. The barrel break. The barrel break is truthfully what I would compare this one to the most. The barrel break has got the exact same kind of break action, except instead of loading the two dart pegs, you load 1, 2, then you push it. But that's end strike, which means it comes with end strike performance. So it is not very, it's not very good at shooting hard. This one comes with updated performance, and it shoots actually pretty hard. I would definitely call it about average for most Nerf kind of events, but in truth, you can certainly have a good time with it. But now let's go ahead and talk about a couple of other things. The trigger is two-stage, and the grip is everything you see here, this massive thing. It's certainly improved if you take the ammo holder off. However, I do not find this comfortable in the slightest. My pinky is kind of here to sort of hang out, and if you have the ammo holder on this side or both sides, you're not going to want that. In truth, the ideal setup for this thing, if you're going to use the ammo holders, is if you're a right-handed shooter, is going to be the ammo holder on the opposite side. If you're a left-handed shooter, it's going to be that side. So you sort of do have to pick and choose your battles here. Whatever kind of shooter you are, you're going to pick the opposite side for the ammo holder. You're going to see in the firing footage, I have two ammo holders, and we'll get into why in just a second. But in truth, what you see is what you get. The double fire is simple by nature. Break the barrel, load in your two darts, and go ahead and fire. Let's see it.
Shooting dart zone waffles? Staging the trigger. Finishing off with 2 shots of dart zone forward.
Yeah, shockingly good. I quite like it, at least. And I'm okay with that. For $10, I can't really hate it. And if it goes on sale, you've got an extra kind of thing to pick up. However, I don't want to give you sort of the false impression that this thing is absolutely flawless, has no flaws. First, when we compare it to sort of practical shotguns, review on this coming soon, the fact that I can do that and rattle off basically 4 times as many shots is telling. This thing is relatively slow. If you're into that, great. More power to you. But if you're not into that, then you've got something that's a little slow. My players do like it. It feels cool. It is a break action shotgun. It's a double barrel. Just, it feels cool to kind of use like a double barrel shotgun. And I can forgive the kind of horrendous grip on this thing. But this is, once again, an example of not my first rodeo. Because this is my second double fire. I had another one. And this is very important to watch out for if you're going to hand players the double fire, which is do not allow them to try to break the barrel without pressing on this first. They need to have it all the way up. The easiest way for this thing to break is this tab right here, which mine's already got a little wear and tear on the side that I can see here. It's got a little line through that. You'll see footage of it. You just have to be careful because that's going to be ready to snap off. Not the most unfixable thing in the world. Certainly you can put some epoxy or super glue or even flex glue on the thing and be perfectly fine and just let it dry. Keep the barrel away from it and you'll be perfectly okay. But you just have to be careful and be kind of aware when you're shooting it. Second, it only includes 1 ammo holder. I would have liked it if they included the 2. Because it's cool to have 8 shots on you, even if it's not extremely comfortable. It's cool to be able to just have the option of doing that. While it certainly is more comfortable if the ammo holder is on the other side, having the 2 can certainly feel cool, especially if you don't have really big hands. If you have small hands, the second ammo holder will be perfectly fine for you. I'll go ahead and give you a couple stats real quick, and then we'll go into my purchase recommendation. The double fire you see before you has been in the arsenal for a pretty long time. I want to say around 2 years, if I had to estimate it. At most 2 years, I'll say. And it's seen several matches. People like it. It has certainly lasted pretty long. My players are at least aware of this issue, so they've always been relatively conscious of it. And when they're conscious of it, this thing lasts a while. Certainly feels cool. And I think you'll have a very, very good time with it. Mine has certainly lasted for quite a while, so hey, Outlook looks good. And for a $10 blaster, Outlook looks really good. I certainly have had one break before, but truthfully, you just got to be aware of that. That's about all I can really say for this $10 shotgun. In truth, you don't really have to wait for a sale for this one. If you like it, $10 is perfectly fine. Certainly agreeable at the $13 price. $15 might be a little too high. But if I saw this thing on sale, I wouldn't really hesitate if I didn't already own one. You don't really need the 2 because of the 1 ammo holder issue. You definitely just want the 1. But that's okay. The only other thing I can really state is that you definitely don't want to leave darts in the ammo holder for very long. I wouldn't leave darts over 2 hours in these because these are very tight. They will definitely damage your darts. But that's it, you know. $10, sawed-off shotgun. Have a good time. But anyways, that concludes my video review on the Adventure Force Double Fire. I hope you found this informative, and I hope it helps your purchase decision in the future. As always, take it easy.